In today's video, we're going to look at how to keep track of the calls that you're receiving or you're sending out in order to improve the prompt or perhaps just be on top of how the calls are going, or you just want to make some further analysis out of the transcripts and the summaries that you're getting from the calls that you're making. So it's all about, keeping track of how it's going, just to make sure that nothing is bleeding out when you are deploying these voice AI agents. And the way that we will be doing that is that we will have our agents in VAPI, and we want to pretty much track the calls in a tool like Google Sheet, but you can easily do something like Airtable. It really doesn't matter what you're using. And in order to connect Google Sheet to VAPI, we will be using N8N. If we haven't met yet, I'm Mo from Sooner AI, and we build voice AI agents for small to medium-sized businesses. And if you want to see how voice AI agents could actually look into your own business, then I do invite you for a free consultation. I leave links in the description below. Note that we only offer 5 seats per video, so if you're interested, I invite you to do so soon. And with that said, let's jump right into it. So to get things started, what we will be using again is VAPI and N8N. And what we will be doing is that we will be taking the call recording from VAPI. We will be transferring it into N8N, and then you're pretty much able to move the transcripts, call summary, or really anything that you might be interested in into a tool like Google Sheet, but you can easily do that also with Airtable. So to take it step by step and easy, I'll just show you how I, let's say, would go for it. So you would have your own agent here in VAPI. Now, to make it even simpler, I will just take one of the custom ones. So for example, the custom support specialist, it's one of the predefined ones. I'm just gonna create an assistant there, and it gave us Alex. And I mean, you will be doing all the things that you will be doing with the agent. So you will be selecting your model, putting a first name, first message, and system prompt, generally adjusting it. And what you want to do in order to take the information or the transcript of the call and the summary of the call is you want to go into advanced. And in advanced, we will be going into the messaging section. And within the messaging, we will come to this section called server URL. Now, here is where we put the link of our webhook. Now, as I said before, we are working with N8N and with VAPI. So we make the call in VAPI, and then we transfer that information into N8N. And in order to make this connection between N8N and VAPI, we need something in between, and we use something called a webhook. And you have to imagine just like a webhook is just like a listener. It's like this listener that sits in N8N waiting for information to pass through from VAPI or anything that just sends information at it. In this case, of course, we will be sending the information from VAPI. So that's the use of our webhook that it will be. So what I will be doing now is just go on N8N, and I just created a very simple and new workflow. And what I do here is I go and I look for let's just write webhook. Here it is. Amazing. And you will see that we get this interface, and there is 2 parts to, let's say, N8N webhooks. One is test URL, which allows you, as it says, to test. and one is production URL. This is what we need because, well, we want to work with it. So what we do is that we would copy this URL, but there's one thing that you need to take into consideration, and that's the HTTP method. And we want to select it to post. That is because when it comes to NA10, the way that it works, it's a little confusing. But generally, what you want to do is you want to mimic the HTTP method that is from, let's say, the sender. So in this case, it's VAPI. And VAPI, we would be, let's say, using a post in order to kind of like send out information. So that's what we select here as well. Now, please copy this URL, and that's where it goes. It goes into the server URL in the advanced section in VAPI. So you paste it here, and yeah, that is pretty much it. And then what we want to do is kind of select the information that we want to pass through. I mean, if you're going to transfer the transcript, which is the most popular, let's say, thing that people want to see after they have calls. So you want to just send out the transcripts, or rather the summary. I think the only thing that we would need, I mean, in the client section, we actually don't need anything. Whereas in the server's messages, what we will need is something called a end of call report. Here it is, and it pretty much sends us a bunch of interesting information like the transcript and the summary, which is pretty much generally what people, like to have, and like use this information to then make other, let's say, I don't know, like they can work with this information a bit more. So just select end of call report, and we would hit publish. So that would do it for us. And I would say let's try to just talk to the assistant, so we get a record of, we send at least a call into our webhook, so you also get to see how it actually works. All right, so let's talk to the assistant.
Hi there, this is Alex from Tech Solutions Customer Support. How can I help you today?
Hey Alex, I am just testing you out and just, trying to see how you work.
I appreciate you reaching out to see how we work. I'm here to help with any questions you might.
All right, I actually just realized that I did a big mistake. And it's good that we go through it together, so you don't do this as well. But we need to set the the workflow into active, because if it's not active, it's not receiving anything. So I forgot to set it. So please make sure that you set the workflow into active, and that it gives you this activated notification. So I just did that. So I mean, also if you go into the executions, you will just see nothing because it was not listening. But now, I mean, we could have also executed the workflow and stuff and tested it, but just set it active if you're going to put it into the production URL. Good. So let's then do another call and talk to the assistant again.
Hi there, this is Alex from Tech Solutions Customer Support. How can I help you today?
Hey Alex, I just wanted to test you today.
Oh, I see. I'm here to help with any questions or issues you might want to test out. Is there a particular scenario you'd like to know more?
Not really, that was all. Thanks, bye. All right, so we just did a simple call just to, let's say, try it out. You can do the same just to see if it works. And now we can go into the executions section. And yes, here it is. We just got the call, which is pretty cool. So I am self-hosted, so it takes a little bit of time. I think if you're using NA10 and it's cloud-based, then it's going to be simpler. But yeah, here we go. So here we have all the information. We have, I think with the schema section is easier. Where is it? yeah, here we have the summary. I think if we type here transcript, here it is. Yeah, we have a very simple, small transcript that we just got. Amazing. So what I'm thinking is that we can actually copy, like pin this call, so we don't have to do the calls over and over again. I think this is a good trick for you to learn as well. So what you need to do, and I'm sorry, there is, I think, the trains in the background making some sound. So what we want to do is to copy this output, and so we are now in the execution section, and what we do is that now we go into the editor section and we click on the webhook, and you will go back into the webhook of before in the editor section, and we click on this pencil here, and we just paste what we just copied. So this is, let's say, all the information that we just collected from the webhook from the call that we just performed. So we don't want to do this call over and over again, so we're just like saving it here so that we can test with it again and again. Lovely. So yeah, let's save. And now I think it's the fun part. So we connect it to Google Sheets. So let's do that, and we append or update. I think we append into row into sheet, and we haven't created a sheet yet. So give me a second. I will create a quick Google Sheet, and we continue from there. All right, so here we are. We have our Google Sheet set up. We called it very simply VAPI X and it in. And yeah, what we want is a simple transcript and maybe the summary. And I think that would do it for today. Yeah, so let's hook this sheet with an A10. So what we need to do is, as before, we connect the webhook into the, let's say this append sheet. I'll show it again just to not be confused. So we click sheet, we write sheet, and we look for append row and sheet. What does append mean is just, let's say, add into a row in the sheet. So we click that, and then we select the document. We have it. I have the name. I copy paste it. You probably will see it here. Voila. We select the sheet, and it's probably sheet 1 exactly. And we should see now the transcript and the summary come by. Amazing. So now you see why we pinned the information before. So now we have, let's say, the information that we have from the previous call. We have it pinned, but I mean, if you don't have it pinned, just make a new call, but make sure to connect it and to have the workflow set to active and save. So yeah, as we pinned the stuff from before, we see now all the information. We can map it out. So if I write transcript, here it is. So we have the transcript, and we take it to here, and then we also want the summary. So here it is under the analysis section. Lovely. And what we do now, we save again, and if we click on execute workflow, yeah, it just pretty much sent out the information that we had into our Google Sheet. And if we go check, here it is. Lovely. Yeah, that looks great. And you, of course, can add multiple other information, at least like anything that is, let's say, that you can select from the call directly into the Google Sheet. Amazing. All right, so that would do it for today. I appreciate the feedback that you guys give me on making it slower, making it a bit more, let's say, step by step. So hopefully this helped you in understanding how to connect the two tools. So VAPI to Google Sheet, and specifically between an A10. Yeah, and if you have any issues, please feel free to schedule a call with me. As I said, I do offer free consultation calls. I leave links in the description. It's only for 5 people per video. So if you want to talk to me directly, then I invite you to do so soon. With that said, I thank you so much. I invite you to watch some of my videos, and I see you to the next one.